This morning on Eagle Vision News, we take a look at current and future technologies for public transportation.
And how Biola plans to accept 100 new international students this fall.
Plus, a closer look into the events happening on campus that are helping bring our community together. All this and more coming up on Eagle Vision News.
Good morning and welcome to Eagle Vision News. I'm Brieana Jordan.
I'm Josh Klaasen.
And I'm Elise Kelly. A story that has been making headlines since the beginning of this month. A wildfire in Canada has been burning for over a week, causing cities to evacuate, and is being described as out of control. On May 1st, the fire broke out in Fort McMurray in Alberta, Canada from an unknown source. The out-of-control blaze had taken over 389 square miles last Sunday and has now torched about 500,000 acres. That's the size of Boston and Chicago combined. The fire located north of Edmonton has destroyed about 1,600 structures and has forced about 90,000 people out of their homes. However, there are no fatalities. The massive wildfire is so large that it can be seen from outer space, and as of Monday, it was 0% contained. With the fire moving east into the city, firefighters from Quebec, New Brunswick, and Ontario are trying to get the flames under control. We see crazy modes of futuristic transportation in movies, but now current technology is making those ideas a reality. Earlier this week, Hyperloop Transportation Technologies released their ideas for a safer form of levitation technology. A new above-ground high-speed transit will carry passengers in small pods while reaching over 760 miles per hour. The original form of levitation technology was developed by Dr. Richard Post and his team at Lawrence Livermore National Lab. Later, the technology was enhanced by SpaceX, Tesla Motors, and Elon Musk, the founder of PayPal. The technology behind this new mode of transportation will allow these carrying pods to float on a thin cushion of air, while pulling on magnetic attraction and solar power to quickly zip through the almost airless tube. The CEO of Hyperloop Transportation Technologies, Dirk Alborn, said that this mode of transportation could be available to the public in 2019. This means that you could travel from Los Angeles to San Francisco in 30 minutes. And we have reporter and producer Jennifer Jensen here today to give us some insight into current Los Angeles transportation. Jen, how long would it take to get from here to San Francisco with current transportation systems?
Well, Elise, it would definitely take a lot longer than 30 minutes. Currently, it would take at least 17 hours on public transportation. Since there's been a lot of expansion and development happening with the LA Metro system lately, I decided to give it a try for myself and show you just how easy it is to get around the city.
Please stand clear. The doors are closing.
The LA Metro system has been around for decades, but with the increase in traffic congestion, public support for the expansion of rail transit has increased over the past few years. In response to this high demand, the LA Metro Transit Authority has expanded stations in popular places like Long Beach, LAX, and Santa Monica. To show you just how convenient it is to take mass transit, I spent the day on the Metro going from point A in Culver City to point B at Union Station, navigating my way through the rails of Los Angeles.
All right, so today I am going to be doing something that I have never done before, riding the LA Metro system. Now, I am a newcomer at this, and this is going to be a learning experience for me, but I do know that the first thing I have to do is buy a Metro card. So, let's go.
Purchasing a Metro card can be done in just a few simple steps at any local station. Metro Tap cards only cost $1 and you can reload it as much as you want. It gives you several options to buy a weekly or monthly pass or simply pay per single ride. Once you get your Metro card, just pick your destination and hop on board.
Okay, so we're starting at Culver City and we're going to be making our way down to Union Station in downtown Los Angeles, and I think the trip should take about 45 minutes.
Once I got on the Metro and looked at the mobile app, I realized that I would need to make a transfer from the blue line to the red line in order to make it to Union Station. This was a really simple process. All I had to do was exit the blue line train, tap my card to make the transfer, and make my way toward the red line train down the escalator. From there, it took me directly to Union Station.
Okay, so we made it to Union Station. I got my hydration, and from here we're going to take a bus into downtown LA, and spend the afternoon there. Now, from Union Station, you could either take a train if you're planning on going on a longer trip or something, but today we are going to take a bus.
Mass transit is a safe and reliable alternative to driving a car and could be the solution to rising gas prices. Whatever your destination is, give the Metro a try. You may just find that it saves you time on the road and money in your wallet. This is Jennifer Jensen, Eagle Vision News.
Thanks, Jen. And we are following up on the swastika incident we told you about 2 weeks ago. Our reporter Amanda Otto gives us a look into the events that have been bringing Biola's community closer.
As the RA, and saw someone had decided to add lines to the cross and to make it into a swastika.
Biola University has spent this past week addressing various racism issues in light of the recent swastika incident and sexual violence awareness. An assembly of prayer and fasting was held on Metzger Lawn, as well as numerous workshops throughout campus to address and bring healing to problems that students may feel uncomfortable with.
While the rain might have moved some of the events to different campus locations, that didn't stop students from attending.
Students took shelter from the rain inside Mayor's Hall for the Racism in Context workshop. The seminar focused on the importance of diversity and answered student questions about dealing with jokes, hate speech, and other various verbal crossovers between different nationalities.
I like the fact that the students on this campus, they are concerned about these issues, and they host these conferences where you can actually talk about the issue and address the issue and bring it back to a biblical perspective, and to remind us all that we are a body of Christ and we are people who care about those who are different from us.
This has been Amanda Otto, reporting for Eagle Vision News.
Both major parties are choosing their candidates for the 2016 election, and their choices are nearly certain. This morning, reporter Wayne Stevenson is here to tell us more. Wayne, how will the rest of the primary process work?
Thank you, Brieana. The past week has brought a big change in the race for the 2016 presidential campaign. Texas Senator Ted Cruz and former Ohio Governor John Kasich both suspended their campaigns last week, leaving Donald Trump unopposed for the Republican nomination. Undoubtedly, Trump's sweep of the southern states had a big effect on the other candidates' withdrawal. While Cruz took a big chunk of the western U.S., these states have smaller populations and therefore a smaller delegation at the Republican National Convention. With only 505 remaining delegates, neither Cruz nor Kasich would have been able to win enough delegates to surpass Trump. If Trump doesn't meet the 1,237 delegate threshold, the convention may be contested, meaning that primary results will be discarded in favor of the party choosing their own nominee at the convention. However, many pundits think that Trump is practically guaranteed to earn the necessary delegates. On the Democratic side, the race is closer but looks to be drawing to an end. While Hillary Clinton and Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders are somewhat close in the pledged delegate count, part of the Democratic nomination process has all but guaranteed a win for Hillary. While Sanders has won quite a few states, Clinton has 523 superdelegates saying that they will support her. That, compared to the 39 superdelegates supporting Sanders, firmly places her in an insurmountable lead. These superdelegates, which are not bound by primary results, can choose anyone they want when the Democratic National Convention happens. So, as many predicted before, we are going to have a Trump versus Clinton showdown. While many are hopping on the #NeverTrump train and refuse to vote for Hillary amongst all her scandals, one of these two will likely be our next president for 4 years.
Thanks, Wayne.
Yeah, thank you.
And this fall, Biola plans to accept about 100 new international students. Reporter Joshua Sun has more on the story.
International students play a very special role at Biola University. From where they grew up, they brought a different language, culture, and worldview to this community. The greater diversity makes the campus more colorful. And this coming fall, Biola will be having new international students from different countries. May 1st was the deadline for international applications. All of the documents were sent to the office right behind me, where they are reviewed to see who would be accepted in upcoming school year. Faisal Mulat, the director of international admissions, said Biola will have around 100 of new international students coming this year with different backgrounds.
We are expecting a total of about 100 global students. About 85 are F1 visa students, and then about 25 to 30 U.S. citizens living in other parts of the world. So yeah, we have a large group coming in for undergraduate and global students.
Due to the different language and education patterns to the American schools, verifying the application documents has been a challenge for the international admissions team. However, Director Mulat said their team is able to handle this challenge well.
We utilize international credential evaluation services as well as authentication services to verify documents that we are not sure how to read and how to translate, and so we have services available that we use.
Recently, the International Admissions Office has been shipping the I-20 documents, the certificate of eligibility for non-immigrant student status, to the incoming students almost every day. They are busy, but Director Mulat said they are very happy to have new international students to this country, and they are ready to welcome each of the students at Biola University. This is Joshua from Eagle Vision News.
Making headlines in entertainment, Ozzy and Sharon Osbourne split up after 33 years together. Ozzy and Sharon started dating back in 1979. Ozzy, the lead singer of Black Sabbath, was managed by Sharon's father from 1970 to 1979. After a 9-year run, Sharon took over for her father and began managing Ozzy and Black Sabbath while they were dating. The couple has been through a series of ups and downs, including reality show fame, substance abuse issues, a battle with cancer, and a case of domestic abuse. The couple has not yet publicly stated their reasons for splitting up, but both have confirmed that the separation has nothing to do with Ozzy's sobriety. And Kiefer Sutherland comes back to television in a brand new series. The star of the hit show 24 returns to the screen, but this time as the President of the United States. The ABC conspiracy thriller Designated Survivors follows the story of a lower-level cabinet member who is thrust into the presidency after an attack on Washington. During his time in the White House, he is forced to navigate his way through the presidency during one of the country's darkest times. There is currently no set-in-stone release date, but the show is in the first wave of new shows coming to ABC this year and can be expected to air in the next few months. A couple weeks ago, Biola women's track team won the GSAC championship. Our reporter, Peter Rothermel, has more on the story.
The women of Biola's track and field team clinched a close victory over Westmont during this year's Golden State Athletics Conference Championships. Biola won the title by just 1.5 points.
It's kind of a unique situation in that we thought we had won, pretty sure, but we weren't positive, when it first happened, because it came down to the last race.
So when we found out we won, it was really exciting. We had worked, really hard going into GSAC, and that was kind of our goal all season, was to win.
This track is where the team practices for competitions like GSAC. The team practiced almost 20 hours a week in order to achieve this victory.
So GSAC is our conference meet, and it's our biggest meet of the year, sans a national meet. We start the season thinking about GSAC and how we're going to best prepare for that meet. To prepare for GSAC is a lot of hard work, and then just trying to keep a goal in mind.
The team also said this victory was due to the unique dynamic the team has.
It's such a God-centered team, and sometimes athletics gets this reputation of sometimes not being fully centered around Christian community. There definitely hasn't been that problem on the track team.
The team is also in the process of joining NCAA Division II. Head coach Sean Henning, who has overseen a transition similar to this at California Baptist University, is confident about the team's ability to transition.
I think part of the transition will be first working on a couple of areas in our program to make sure we are successful there, and then trying to branch out and make our program well-rounded.
The team remains thrilled about the exciting victory and are hopeful for next season. This is Peter Rothermel for Eagle Vision News.
If you grew up in the 90s, then you know pretty much all the Spice Girls songs were your jam, especially the song Wannabe. Each of the girls, Sporty Spice, Ginger Spice, Baby Spice, Scary Spice, and Posh Spice, were fierce and you wanted to be them. Their singing and dancing talent was something you mimicked, but it's been revealed that all but one sang live. Posh Spice, aka Victoria Beckham, aka David Beckham's wife, has revealed that producers used to turn her microphone off while she was on stage. The now fashion designer told the host of the Vogue 100 exhibition fans could hear all of the girls except her sing during live performances. No one is saying whether Victoria could not sing well, and that is maybe why her mic was turned off, but she did say that the girls used to get their clothes for free, leaving room in their budget to get Posh Spice money for something like a little Gucci dress. Being part of one of the world's most famous and successful girl groups had its perks, including meeting and marrying David Beckham. Speaking of glam, check out this glama. This is Livia Mulek, an 80-year-old great-grandmother who lives in Croatia. She is the grandmother of famous Instagram makeup artist Taya Flego. Taya says that when she was a little girl, her grandma served as her model. Since Taya posted pictures on Insta of the makeover, Livia has been dubbed Glama. The makeup artist uses contouring and draws eyebrows to make her Glama look oh so fabulous. Livia said that the most exciting part about getting her makeup done is blurring wrinkles. Remember when I told you guys about Johnny Depp and his wife Amber Heard put out a really weird apology video to Australia for smuggling their dogs into the country? In a press conference in London for the upcoming film Alice Through the Looking Glass, Depp joked about the situation. Check it out.
I would really like to apologize for not smuggling my dogs into England because it would have been a bad thing to do.
Later on in that video, producer Tim Burton chimed in saying, "I forgot to tell you, they're dead. I just sat on them upstairs by accident." And then Depp said, "I tried to kill them after Australia." Some people on Twitter were not too happy with his mocking of Australia's quarantine laws. I will see you guys next week in the final installment of Too Much Internet. Brieana Jordan out.
This morning, reporter Jonathan Rutz joins us in the studio with our weather forecast. Jonathan, I'm curious, have you heard of the Spice Girls?
Well, I grew up in Lake Arrowhead and graduated with a class of 12, and I was a very sheltered child, so I didn't know who the Spice Girls were until about 9th grade.
Okay, that's fair. Well, I've been loving the weather. Is it going to stick around?
Well, speaking of Lake Arrowhead, best place on earth. It looks really good today. It was 60 degrees, so great time to get out in the lake, which will still be around 35 in the winter time. But now for the Flatlander weather, we have this morning it was 55 degrees, a little chilly, but it warmed up to 70 in the afternoon. Taking a walk today, noticed it was nice and warm. Made sure to stay in the sun because it was pleasant enough to where I didn't get burned, my fair skin. But at the same time, felt decently warm. And it's going to go back down to 54 tonight. Going to national weather, the high is 91 out in Vegas, and staying in California, it's going to be 89 up in San Francisco. Texas is always warm, 91 degrees there, 92 as well. And up in the Dakotas, it's going to stay chilly, 37 degrees, 41 and 46. For the 7-day outlook, tomorrow it's going to be 73 degrees, partly cloudy, and then we'll get the warmest day of the week on Thursday is 81. So if you're going to ditch school to go to the beach, that would be the day to do it. 79 degrees on Friday and 75 on Saturday, 73 on Sunday, so a nice weekend there. And Monday, Tuesday is both 74 degrees, so a pleasant Southern California spring week for us.
Thanks, Jonathan. Well, that's all we have for you this morning, but be sure to join us next week when we film our final episode of the season on Metzger Lawn.
In the meantime, you can keep up with us online, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Biola EV, and subscribe to our channel on YouTube to see previous shows.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.